Hello everybody, so this is Kyle Phantom back with you again. I'm going to show you how to use effects on the Tascam DP-02. So first I'm going to show you here in a far out view how to apply the effects to either A or B input, and then I will show you kind of a more up close how to go through the effects in the menu section over here on the board. So let's go ahead and dive in. To get your effects on a channel, so you need to pick which channel you're going to be using. We're going to start off with guitar effects. So back here I've got a 1/4 inch input plugged in for my guitar. I've got a guitar set up and ready. I have turned on this input. I think you can turn them off. Yeah, if you hit shift and hold the input, then it'll go off like this. So now the input is off, and then if I do it again, and now it's back on. So you're going to want to make sure this input is on. So just like in our how to record video, we ran a piano in. We did line. This time we're going to switch the switch on input A to guitar, because we are in fact plugging in a guitar. So we're going to put it in, adjust the gain so that we're not clipping with the overload light. We're going to assign that to a track and get our levels right so that we're not clipping, of course. And then once we're there, we have input, and then we should have this. So that's just your raw guitar signal, okay? So now, to apply the effects to channel A, where we've got our guitar coming through, we're going to use the shift button over here and press the effects key. So if you press it like that, all it's going to do is going to change over here. It's going to change your menu, but that is not going to actually apply it over onto these effects. So we're going to hit shift and effects at the same time. And you see that it is on effects A. So if we hit it again, it's going to go to effects B. Okay, now it's on effects B. If we hit it a third time, it is now deactivated. So we're going to hit it, and now we're on effects A. So we have effects applied to channel A. So now, when we play the guitar, we should get an effect. Okay, so now we've got some sort of distortion there. So now I'm going to switch over and give you a closer view of the screen. So like I mentioned before, if you press effects with no shift, just effects, once it's on, then it'll take you to the screen. So let me give you a close-up of this screen, and maybe we'll go through a few of them and just kind of let you listen to them and see what they are. So I'm going to go through them real quick, and I'm not really going to talk through these. You'll be able to see them on the screen, so you should be able to read them. And then we will show you, I'll put the guitar down, and we'll talk about the rest of the things you can apply effects to. First, I'll talk about what all you can do with these effects. So, if you look on the screen, you can see that you can change the type of effect, which the type is simply just, let me get here. So using your data scroll and your cursor, you can go up and down through these menus. So that's going up and down with the cursor, and then the data scroll is going to go back and forth through each individual thing. So if we wanted to just go ahead and switch to another instrument, we have electric, we have acoustic, we have bass, we have vocals, and we have drums. So that would be obviously for like a drum machine or something like that. So we're going to go back to electric. Then we can go ahead and change parameters, and then we can change the volume. So if we listen real quick, just a single note. Hold on 1 second. Okay, just a single note. So that's just the volume of the whole thing overall. So we go back to 100%. That's where it was. So here I'll change the parameter for you. Oh, sorry, that's the volume again. Oh, and you can go over 100. Back to 100. Okay, the parameter. Okay, we're going to change that. So that gives us all kinds of different amounts of distortion and different kind of timbres and tones to the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put the mic down and run through these real quick, just each individual one. I'll probably skip a few here and there, but that's okay. If you get one of these, you'll be able to look through and see what you got. So, all right, here it goes. Okay, so that took a lot longer than I thought. There are a lot of electric guitar effects. So, now we're on to acoustic. I'm not going to bore you. I feel like that was already painful enough. This is not a how to play guitar video. None of that was rehearsed, and there were a few weird things in there that I didn't really know how to play to. So I just played a chord progression real quick just to give you an idea. Don't crucify me in the comments about my guitar playing. Not practiced. So we're on here. We have stroke, solo, blues, 12 string, Nashville, all kinds of different ones. Not, as you saw, I just went out of it, so there's maybe 10 acoustics, 12, 15 maybe. So then we're on to bass. So there's Miller, singing bass, fretless bass, chopper, heavy. Okay, and then here's the vocal effects, so you can actually apply these to a microphone. So we got a de-esser, an emphasis. I don't know what emphasis on what. A couple different things. Duet. It's kind of a strange one. I remember it sings like an octave or an interval away from you. Kind of interesting. Megaphone. Some different effects. Okay, we're here to drums. Groove, sleeping. Lo-fi, some reverb, compressor, filter. Okay, and that's all. So, so that just gives you kind of a quick overview without playing through each one. Like I said, so you can do an electric guitar. You can do that as an alternative to miking an amp, because some people don't have a lot of equipment. You may not have that many microphones or the right microphone for the job. You may not have an amp that sounds great. And these aren't great plugins, but they are decent, and they will suffice. Not like modern softwares today that can produce amp simulators and cabinet simulators. You can pick mics that you want to mic the cabs. You can pick placement. But this is a quick way to record and get your ideas down, and you can still use an amp simulator built into the DP-02. So, quick way to get all those effects, not to mention the built-in reverb effect that is on the machine. This is right here. In this channel we have an effects return. This is actually for the reverb, so we can hit well, actually, this works on the effects return in the back of the board, I believe. And then if we hit our shift button and our reverb here, we can turn that on. You see that that's on now. And then we can turn this up, and then this becomes reverb that is built in also. So don't forget about that option as well. So hopefully that answers your questions. If you have any more, I'd be glad to address them, but for now I think that does it. Again, don't crucify me for the guitar playing. It wasn't planned, but hopefully you at least have an idea how many cool guitar sounds you have on here. I'd say upward of 30, 40, I don't know. So that's a good quick way to have these have your guitar effects on here, so that you don't have to mic up an amplifier, because maybe, you know, a beginner doesn't have an amplifier, maybe you don't have the right mic or the cables, so this way you can just plug your raw guitar sound right in and put the sound over it. So, or if you don't have an acoustic guitar and you want an acoustic sound, you could put that on your electric too, and sure it would sound just fine, you know, for recording some simple stuff. So, all right, I think that'll do. Thank you for watching. If you'll please subscribe to my videos, give me a thumbs up and a like if you like what you're seeing, and I will try to keep it coming. So, thank you very much.